So the basics of PubNub presence is the different types of events that will flow through your application. There are 4 different events: the join event, the leave event, timeout event, and a state event. The join event lets you know when a user joins a channel. The leave event is when someone exclusively unsubscribes from a channel. The timeout event lets you know when PubNub detects a unintended disconnection from a client, and that will get propagated to the connected client. And a state change event is when a user makes an adjustment in their metadata, such as they're moving around on a map, so they need to update their latitude and longitude. With PubNub presence, in order to configure each user on a channel, PubNub allows you to specify a UUID. We call that essentially a user ID or device ID, universally unique ID, that you specify in the initialization section of your SDK. Make sure to check your documentation. It's a little bit different for each of your SDKs. This allows PubNub to track that individual or device across the network and can then use that UUID when it propagates all of your different types of events through the infrastructure. Listening PubNub presence events is super easy. When you connect to a channel in PubNub with a UUID set, PubNub presence will create a sibling channel based on your existing channel's name, hyphenated with a p and pres. So your channel hyphen p and pres. Now all of the events in presence get propagated to this sibling channel, such as join, leave, timeout, and state change events. Subscribing to this channel is super easy. In your SDK, there is a parameter in the subscribe method called presence. And the presence parameter accepts a callback or function closure that will propagate all of the events, and such as join, leave, timeout, presence, state change, etc. So consult your documentation because it's different for each SDK. You can directly subscribe to the P and Pres channel in your subscription, or use a callback, so that way you can separate the 2 types of events. So we've just subscribed on the client SDK to the presence callback, and when we receive events, there's going to be a very specific format in the payload for you to parse in your application logic. There's going to be an action, timestamp, an occupancy count, so how many people are currently in the channel, and data. The data is going to be all of your metadata, so the latitude, longitude, the name of the user, and then anything else you want. The timestamp will be based on when the event was created or when it was triggered, and the action parameter will be the type of event. So it's going to be join, leave, timeout, or a very specific state change update.